All right, that should work. Let's make sure. Give me just 1 second, guys. I think we're good to go. Sometimes my mic cuts off. Hope you guys are doing all right this Monday. So, let's see here. One moment. All right, we should be good to go. Hope you guys are doing fantastic this Monday evening. It's been about a week since we last did one of these, but as always, I'm excited to get back into today's session. So to kick us off, let me briefly introduce myself for anybody who is new here with us today. Hi there, my name is Kyle Kurzhal. I am your go-to guy for AI and automations to help you get back your time and grow your business. The whole point of these live streams is for you to be able to come and ask your questions about AI automations and systems from someone who's been doing this for over 11 years now. So I've been a software engineer. I've worked as a chief technology officer at a startup. I've worked as a principal engineer in a larger company. And I've helped a lot of other people with their own projects for their businesses, doing websites, doing AI phone receptionists, doing some custom code solutions, things like that. So that's who I am. That's what I do. And now I'm here to help answer any questions that you have about AI automations and systems for maybe your general life. It could be for your business, for a particular problem that you're having. It could be something very simple, or it could be something very complex. So whatever that question is, I'm looking forward to answering those tonight. We are going to do things a little differently, and I'll get to that in just a second. So you'll have to bear with me. But for those who are also joining, there's something that we've been kind of doing the last couple weeks that's a little unique from our normal live Q&As. So right now what we're doing is giving away copies of Alex Hormozi's new book, $100 Million Money Models. So he released this book, I think about a month ago, maybe a little more. I'm starting to lose track of time. But when he released this book, you had the option to be able to buy a bunch of books in advance to give away. And so I did that. I've got over 200 books to give away total. And so my hope is that during these live streams, we can get people coming in, getting help answering their questions about automation, and then also give away additional resources via this book that will help you in your business, help you to be able to grow, find different ways to combine your services, your products, things like that. This book particularly is fantastic for being able to understand how to package things. So if that's something that would be of interest to you, we're going to be giving that away towards the end of our public-facing live stream this evening. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to post our links in Facebook and YouTube, so that way you guys can go ahead and start filling out the form for the giveaway. Now, usually about this time, all right, for folks in Facebook, here is our, let me copy that, and I'll pin this message on Facebook so it's easy to see, or sorry, on YouTube, so that way it's easy to see. And then if you are on Facebook, oh man, you should have already, oh man, I messed up again, guys. I had this thing set up, I thought, to go live automatically on Facebook, so I had to go click the button. So now I'm able to actually see us going live on Facebook. my apologies to you folks on Facebook who have been waiting around. I was just giving the intro to everybody on this live stream, kind of explaining, this session is for me as somebody who has over 11 years of experience with automation, with systems, to be able to answer your questions live. So that's what this is about. We're doing something special right now. We're giving away copies of Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Money Models. And so if you've got questions, bring those questions. If you'd like a chance to win a copy of this book, then I'm going to go ahead and put that link there on Facebook as well. So you should see the new giveaway link now there on Facebook as well. So we're going to be doing that giveaway at the end of today's session. So far, we've given away a total of 4 copies. Today, we're going to be I have 3 more copies to give away. So if you would like a copy of that book, then go fill out that form. Go get a friend who you think might want a copy of that book and bring them to this live stream as well. Give them that link, have them fill it out. The link is unique every time. I do not if you fill out the link after the fact, I will not give you a copy of the book. It has to be during the live session. So you have to show up. All right. Now, I want to do things a little bit differently from how I typically do these. Typically, I jump into looking at our live questions coming in. I see those coming in from a form. I'll go ahead and share that link as well if you want to go ahead and submit a question. But I'm going to try to do things a little differently here tonight by looking at the chat. So I've got the chat arranged so that way I can view it a little bit easier this time on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you do have questions as we're kind of going through things, you can totally use the form that I have it currently, I believe, on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, I'll go ahead and share that form here on YouTube as well. You can also leave, I believe, feedback. It's been a little bit since I last looked at the form, but you can leave feedback about types of things you'd like to know more about in that form as well. And then we can address those things. But I want to, like I said, I want to do things a little differently tonight. So tonight, I want to hit some articles, and I tried this, I think, maybe it was last time, maybe it was the time before, where I tackled like a particular article announcement that came out. And I really liked how that went, because then I was kind of able to focus in on a particular topic and address some of that stuff. And then we could address additional questions. So, as we're going through it, if you have questions or comments that you want to make about the stuff that we're going through, then you can leave those comments live in the chat, and I should be able to see those on my side coming in. So that's how we're going to do things a little differently tonight. Hopefully that excites you guys. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the screen, because we've got a little bit of an update from the last topic that I was talking about. So let's switch here. Okay. So you guys should be able to see this coming through. So this is the last thing that we kind of went over. Google recently announced this new protocol called the Agent Payments Protocol, or AP2. And this is, a bit over, well, let's see, it's been about a week now. Little over a week now since they announced this. And the reason this was a big deal is because essentially this is a new technical protocol that was designed to allow people to tell their AI agents or their AI chatbots, hey, go purchase this thing for me. And then it gives you maybe a little notification. Hey, we found this thing. Would you like us to go ahead? And you say yes. And there was 2 parts to this. One is you can do this with a human present. So You go in, you kind of tell it what your intent is. It goes and finds the things, then it purchases it. And then you can handle it like delegated, so a human is not present. And this is something you could set up as like a background automation. Like if you've got, say, a business and you need some supplies ordered on a regular basis, you could tell your agent, hey, go do this every so often, and then it goes and does it for you. So this is really fantastic because this enables, and you can kind of see down here if we scroll, there's a bunch of names here, right? And you see a bunch of different players involved in this. It's like I think they said over 60 different companies that were involved in this. And they've got people that from payment processors to marketplace, like product and service providers. Like if you look at this, you see PayPal on there. You see American Express right there. You see Alibaba. You see Etsy. Where is Etsy? It's somewhere in here. They've got Intuit on here. They've got, I think you pronounce it Shopee or Shop. You even see like Coinbase, which means that there's going to be, an ability to potentially purchase with cryptocurrency, which is fantastic because cryptocurrency is a type of digital currency. So there's all of these payment providers and marketplace providers that are starting to kind of pick this up and implement this. And that means it's going to be a really great tool for having agents actually go out and do things on your behalf, automatically. So this is for business owners a big deal because you need to start thinking about making sure that your online services or products are going to be able to be found and purchased by AI agents. So it's something that you need to kind of be thinking about as you go forward and how to take advantage of this. Now I thought it was, originally I said, hey, this is going to be like a year out before we start seeing these kinds of things implemented because it takes a while to get the implementation on the product roadmap in these companies from a software perspective, and then it takes a little bit of time. It could be as little as 3 months. Typically, if you're in a larger company, it might, depending on what you've got on your backlog, it might look more like 6 months to a year before you see something like this implemented. So it just kind of depends on what's going on and how they prioritize. So that's kind of where we left off. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is going to be coming up in the next year or so. Well, as it turns out, there has been a surprising release by OpenAI, an implementation in ChatGPT today. This announcement was today. And the article says, buy it in ChatGPT, instant checkout and agentic commerce protocol. So Google announces their protocol, a little over a week ago. And then today, OpenAI announces, hey, we've got our own protocol for commerce. And so we scroll down in this article and we can see, okay, 700 million people use ChatGPT. And then they say here, ChatGPT, we're taking steps toward helping ChatGPT or help people buy to beginning with instant checkout powered by the Agent Commerce Protocol built with Stripe. So this is leveraging Stripe, one of the major payment platforms, payment providers out there, particularly for software. But I know a lot of people also use them for physical products. So they say US ChatGPT Plus Pro and free users can now buy directly from US Etsy sellers right in chat, with over 1 million Shopify merchants like Glossier, Skims, Spanx, and I don't know what that is, coming soon. Today, instant checkout supports single item purchases, and then next we'll add multi-item carts and expand merchants and regions. So right now you can only do single purchases, but this is going to be coming soon. So they're also open sourcing this tech, which means that this protocol is going to be a competitor with Google's new protocol. So that's kind of interesting. I was expecting, oh, okay, well, maybe OpenAI will get on board with Google's protocol, but no. Here we go. They've already implemented it. It's already able to be used, supposedly. So supposedly, according to this, if you go in ChatGPT today, you should be able to start purchasing single items. And that's really fantastic. For people who like using ChatGPT to do search and research, that's going to make a lot of people very, very happy. The fact that they're integrating with Etsy and Shopify is massive. So if you are doing business on these platforms, you got to make sure that you are leveraging your products, you're setting up your products in a way that's very clear, because if you don't, like with your language, it's going to be difficult for the AI to kind of figure out, hey, you need to buy this versus this. So let's see what else they have to say here. Marks a step in agentic commerce where it doesn't help you just find what to buy. It also helps you buy it. It's seamless. You go from chat to checkout in a few taps. Let's see here. Okay, so they're going to make their protocol documentation available today so merchants and developers can start building integrations. When you're ready to make your products available for purchase through ChatGPT, you can apply here. So there's an application. They explain a little bit about how it works, but I don't, you guys probably don't need to worry about all the specifics because some of this is really kind of for the tech people. But this is exciting. It has a lot of implications for commerce, has a lot of implications for business owners. So I would say you need to start thinking about this kind of stuff ASAP and get ready to jump on the train. Because if you can be there and ready to take advantage of it, it's going to put you in an advantageous position right out of the gate. So definitely check that out. Like, start kind of thinking about this, how you're going to leverage this for your own business. All right, let me check my chat here to see if we've got any comments. What do you guys think? Anything about that you think would be personally helpful to you or interesting about that? Okay, I'm not seeing anything coming in our chat here. So let me see if we've got any questions that have come in since I was going over this article. And if we don't have any questions that have come in, then okay. So we do have a question here from Scott. So Scott says, how can AI help in the insurance industry? So I guess it depends, Scott, on what position you're coming from. Like, are you thinking like internally in the business, or are you thinking in terms of like a consumer being able to shop insurance? I would say, like, from the consumer perspective, you could probably leverage these AI tools like ChatGPT's deep research mode to help you quickly find information. And when I say quickly, like, I say quickly relative to what you might normally do. Like, a circumstance I could imagine is saying, hey, I've got these concerns for my family. Like, I'm maybe I've got a wife and I've got 3 kids, and one of them is chronically sick. The other 2 are generally healthy. And you can outline maybe certain medical conditions, things like that. And then it might be able to, you can say, hey, I live in this region, so on and so forth. And it might be able to help point you towards some of the best known providers, right? Like you could have it give you recommendations based on what it can find for your region online. And so that might be a way to leverage that to help you find the best providers that are out there. As far as like internally inside of the insurance industry, I think that would just kind of depend on your processes. So the thing you need to always be careful of is to immediately reach for AI for for all cases, because an AI may not solve it as easily as you could with like just a standard automation. So it really just depends on the process. I could imagine some circumstances internally in a company, and this is one of my favorite use cases is actually like with documentation. If you've got like standard operating procedures, documentation, things like that for your team, if you can hook in an AI to those systems, then it's going to be a lot easier to onboard people and help them, even if somebody's been around for a while, help them find answers to their questions when they run into problems inevitably. One of my favorite tools out there right now is actually Notebook LM from Google. It's a free tool. You can use it for free. But if you've got like a Google suite of tools, you can also use it. And it lets you like pull in your Google Docs, and then you can like create this whole notebook referencing your Google Docs and a bunch of other sources. You can reference like articles and things like that, and then chat with it very specifically around those things. And I'm pretty sure that you can actually then share that notebook with other people. It can also generate mind maps, and it can like create podcasts so you can listen and learn more about the topic. So it's super, super powerful. And if you needed to like train up your employees or your team in a particular way, you could just hook all those resources in the notebook and then hand it off. So that's one of my favorite use cases, and it's not just insurance specific. It's very like generally applicable to businesses. Other places I could see AI being helpful for the insurance industry. And it's funny you asked that, because I'm literally in the process of starting to work with a company who is in the insurance industry. And one of the areas that I see it being potentially helpful is with like phone receptionists. The AI phone receptionists are already really, really good. And I've actually done one for a client already. They are fantastic for being able to like have a more interactive conversation and help you get the resources you need. So instead of like a traditional IVR, that might take you through this giant tree, and then you're just waiting around for somebody to pick up the phone. You could replace the IVR, or at least maybe even portions of the IVR with an AI. And the AI can then say, hey, what is it? How can I help you? You could ask it questions interactively, and then it can like pull information from databases of information that you have, and then answer questions. It might be able to do things on your behalf more interactively, things like that. It can walk you through questions and take information. It can kick off things behind the scene. In theory, you could also use it to replace your voicemail. So there's really a lot of use case there, I think, for the AI receptionists that the insurance industry could probably use help with, especially since they're inundated with calls all day long. And then you could take the people that are handling those calls and give them a little bit of relief, or give them some flexibility to then go do some things behind the scenes that an AI might not easily do. So those are just a few examples. Those were a few examples. And what you'll notice is that there's a pattern there of being able to interactively work with information. And that's kind of the gist of it. All right. Let's see here. All right. I don't see any more questions that have come in since then. So I want to move on quickly to cover a couple of other things that have been announced. So there's another announcement from today about Claude Sonnet 4.5. This is a new model from Anthropic. For the people who really like Anthropic, who really like Claude, this is probably going to be a nice little thing for you. This is a non-thinking model, but they've gotten some improvements on like the software engineering bench. So I know that this part only really applies to the folks like myself who are coding. But I thought it would be worth at least bringing up. You can go look it up today if you go to anthropic.com/news, Claude Sonnet 4.5. And then you can see the benchmarks here. So we'll see how those actually turn out as people actually get more hands-on with it. All right. Now, this next one is really, really interesting. This is something that I talked about in a podcast with some friends of mine recently. And this is this new feature in ChatGPT. They only have it currently available for the Pro mode, but it sounds like it's going to come to Plus eventually. It's called ChatGPT Pulse. So ChatGPT Pulse is one of these new features that is going to essentially allow the AI to kind of run in the background on your behalf, like overnight. It's going to be able to kind of figure out, hey, what are the things that I should recommend to the user of ChatGPT. So this is going to really help you get more personalized information. So if you need like news updates that are really personalized to you, if you need information about your industry that are personalized to you, something that you're trying to learn about, kind of fed to you, it's going to be able to help you with all those things. And I know some people, for example, like to have newsletters. In theory, you should be able to plug in ChatGPT to your email and then have it like go through and kind of figure out what newsletters you like. And I would imagine that you could use this to then surface some of the top things that might be pertinent to you, to your interests. So that would be a really good way to handle, like, if you've got information coming from, tens or hundreds of sources, and you're trying to figure out what are the top things that I should be focused on. This might be a feature that is killer for you. So I don't have Pro. I can't test this myself just yet, but I look forward to trying it out. I think it's going to be really, really handy. All right. One more thing I think that's worth kind of calling out. ChatGPT announced, or OpenAI announced, they have some new ways for you to work with ChatGPT in your team. This is going to be super interesting. You could share projects to help your team move faster towards a goal. They talk about how, whether it's supporting a customer account or, creating content or whatever, while staying on the same page, keeping work consistent, members can add files and instructions to a shared project together. Then ChatGPT uses that context to tailor its responses, so every new chat starts with the latest information. So that's pretty handy. Let's see here, new connectors. You can pull information from Gmail, Google Connector, so email stuff, file, folders like Dropbox, Box. Okay. They've got some new compliance features. So that's going to be really exciting for folks who are worried about like SOC 2 and things of that nature. So that's good. They're moving in the right direction there. Makes it a little easier. Okay, you can share your projects. pull those in. They're kind of showing how this works here. Okay, so they added those files at the project level, which is really cool. Okay, that is really fantastic. This kind of feels very similar to Notebook LM, actually. It's just everything is kind of in one place. So you have your chats, you have your projects, things like that. So that's pretty nice. I like that. All right. Let me see if we've got any new comments in our chat here. I don't see any new comments in our chat. Let me make sure we're good on the... Okay, we're good there. No new questions. Okay. Well, then in that case, I think it's time for us to go ahead and move on to our giveaway. So let me go ahead and pull up my system here. By the way, for folks who are interested in this, I've been working on a bot to integrate with my Go High Level system and have it like automatically pull information from my system to give me a winner. So I am super pumped about that. That's been coming along good. Actually, I wonder if I could use that today. I think it might be ready. Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can leverage this today, guys, because it would be nice if I could for the first time. What I want to do is I want to have it be able to announce it inside of the chat for me automatically. So that's kind of the end goal with it. That's something I'm building together with folks inside of my AI employee club. We're using N8N to actually build out the automation. So let's see. I don't think I have this server up and running just yet. Let me go to N8. Okay. And let's do Docker compose up, Docker compose. It's got to pull the image. I had to uninstall a piece of software recently and then reinstall it. All right, so we should be running. Let me pull this up on my computer. Uh-oh, I may have lost... I may just have to do this manually because when I had to uninstall that software, I think it... Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to deal with this later because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So let me just go straight to my system. And let's pull our entries. Now, again, we're going to be giving away a total of 3 copies tonight. And if you don't want a copy, then I have some good news for you at the end. So let me go ahead and pull up the form. Okay, so we're going to go from all right, so tonight we have only 1 entrant, which means that tonight we're giving one of the 3 copies away And our winner to our sole entrant is Scott Howard. Congratulations, Scott. If this is the Scott I know, I'm so glad that you won a copy of this book. Scott, I'm going to take your email that you sent me, and I'm going to send you an email from my system. If you do not see that come in, you're going to see that. You should see that in a couple minutes. So once I cut over to the private community, I'm going to send you out that email right away. Actually, no, I can do that right now because I've already got I've got the email template set up for you. So give me just a moment here, Scott, and I'm going to go ahead and send that over to you. So you should be seeing that email come in. Perfect. And I can see you there in my system. Let's do this. Notify giveaway winner, September 22nd. Okay. Confirm. Okay, Scott, that email should be on the way. It says complete in my system. So if you do not see that email come in, then please reach out to me. You can, if this is the Scott I know, you've got my information. You can contact me directly. For anybody who ever wins the giveaway, though, you are welcome to send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If you don't see that email come in, I want to make sure that you get it. So one way or another, we're going to get you the book that I promised you. So you're going to see that link come in, Scott, and then you just have to pay for the shipping. The rest of the book is entirely covered, and that can go then ship. It can ship straight to your address. All right, guys, that is going to be it for our main live stream, or at least our public-facing live stream tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. To kind of close us out here, I want to let you know a few quick things. So if you got to the end and you enjoyed you enjoyed this live Q&A, you enjoyed the articles, you enjoyed the giveaway, you enjoy what we're doing, and you want to show up to the next one, then you can sign up using that QR code there. I'm going to try to also go ahead and share the link with you. Let me grab that real quick. So if you want to get reminders for future live Q&As, we typically try to do these on Monday evenings, and I'm thinking about expanding these to a couple of times a week. You can see it there in YouTube, and then you can see it there in Facebook in the chat. You can scan the QR code that you see there on your screen, and that'll let you go sign up for it. Now, if you would like to learn, if you'd like an extended live Q&A, if you would like to get access to, to me more personally, like to be able to chat, ask questions, get help with things day to day, if you would like even access to our one-day AI receptionist challenge, which we have recorded as a course. We teach you how to set one up inside of Go High Level from scratch. If you want access to all those types of things and future content, then you can join the AI Employee Club. I've got that link there on the screen for you. We are still small, so there's not many people. There's really, I think, only maybe one person inside of the AI Employee Club apart from myself. And so if you want those things, then you can join us at the AI Employee Club. Now, I did mention that I had at the very beginning, I mentioned that I had something special for you in case you didn't win the giveaway today. So the little something special I had for you is that if you join the AI Employee Club, the next 150 people to join are going to get a copy of Alex Hormozi's book completely covered by me. I will also be covering the shipping charges on that. So if you didn't get a copy tonight and you want a guaranteed copy, shipping paid and everything, then you can join the AI Employee Club, and then we'll arrange for you to get a copy of Alex Hormozi's book sent to you. Now, one last thing I want to throw out, if this interests you at all, I don't have a slide for this, but I realized, hey, I've got this course already created, and I know not everybody maybe wants to be a part of an online community and get the help, day to day, month to month. Maybe you just want to learn a little bit about creating an AI phone receptionist. Well, if that's you and you just want to learn about creating AI phone receptionists, then I also have a course here. I'm going to paste the link to it inside of the chat on Facebook and on YouTube. So YouTube, you're getting it first, and then Facebook, here you go. Here's the link. So this is the course version of our AI receptionist challenge. This is a challenge we did a couple months ago in a single day. It was about 6 hours total for us to go through this. We walk through from scratch how to set up an AI receptionist from very basic to a full IVR system backed by multiple AI receptionists. We show you how to collect data with it. And the way we did it was we had somebody come in and kind of drive the live portion, if that makes sense. So somebody who had no experience, they shared their screen through the whole thing, and I walked them through how to do it just like I've done for my other clients. We also gave them access to a special custom GPT that I set up for it to be able to help them create their scripts for their AI receptionists. So you will also, if you join that course, you get that custom GPT. You get the entirety of that session, but I made it a little nicer by kind of cutting it up into segments, so that way you can just watch smaller portions as you go and learn. So you also get, when you sign up, you also get a 7-day trial to the software that is being used. So we did it in a single day. You could take a whole week to do it and to learn how to use it for your business. So if that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, I put the links there in the chat. You guys can take full advantage of that. If you have any problems with it, reach out, let me know. I want to be able to help solve whatever issues you run into. Okay, y'all, I am going to go ahead and move on over to our AI Employee Club, and we're going to try to wrap up. We got to pick up where we left off with the AI, the little AI helper bots that I'm creating for the giveaways. So thank you guys for coming. It was good to see you as always. Thank you for the questions. Hope you enjoyed the articles, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.